Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Wednesday. It is the 22nd of October. It is Kartika Masa, Damodara Masa, and it is Shukla Paksham. So the first day of the month is Pratipat or Bhadhini. So there are few events today. So one is the Govardhana Puja, and Go Puja, Govardhana Puja, Annakota. That is one event about all Krishnas related. And second one is the Bali Daityaraja Puja. That is second event. Third event is the appearance of Sri Rasikananda. So we shall read a few lines from Special Vaishnava Days. So I have shared this one in the group, but I'm just going to read a few summaries of it. So today, Govardhana Puja. Here is some fascinating extracts from Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book. As stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, a devotee of Krishna has strong and firm faith in the understanding that if he simply engaged in Krishna consciousness and Krishna's transcendent loving service, then he is freed from all obligations. A pure devotee of Lord Krishna doesn't have to perform any of the ritualistic functions enjoined in the Vedas, nor is he required to worship any demigods. Being a devotee of Lord Krishna, one is understood to have performed all kinds of Vedic rituals and all kinds of worship to the demigods. One does not develop devotional service for Krishna by performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies or worshipping the demigods, but it should be understood that one who is engaged fully in the service of the Lord um, apologies. So one does not develop devotional service for Krishna by performing the um, Vedic ritualistic ceremonies or worshipping the demigods, but it should be understood that one should engage fully in that service of the Lord has already fulfilled all Vedic injunctions in order to stop all such activities by his devotees. Krishna wanted to firmly establish exclusive devotional service during his presence in Vrindavana. Okay, so here and further there is a few excerpts. So here in the part two of it, during whenever Nanda Maharaja was about to perform some demigod worships. So during that time, uh, after hearing this statement by Krishna, Nanda Maharaja replied, "My dear boy, since you are asking, I shall arrange for a separate sacrifice for the local Brahmanas and Govardhana hill. But for the present, let me execute this sacrifice known as Indra Yajna." But Krishna replied, "My dear father, don't delay. The sacrifice you propose for Govardhana and the local Brahmanas will take much time. Better take the arrangement and paraphernalia you have already made for the Indra Yajna and immediately engage them to satisfy Govardhana hill and the local Brahmanas." Maharaja Nanda finally relented. The coward men then inquired from Krishna how he wanted the yajna to be performed, and Krishna gave them the following directions. Prepare very nice foods of all descriptions from the grain and ghee collected for the yajna. Prepare rice, dal, then halwa, pakora, puri, and all kinds of milk preparations such as sweet rice, rabri, sweet balls, sandesha, rasgulla, and laddu, and invite the learned brahmanas who can chant the Vedic hymns and offer oblations to the fire. The brahmana should be given all kinds of grain in charity, then decorate all the cows and feed them well. After performing this, give money in charity to the brahmanas. As far as the lower animals are concerned, such as the dogs and the and the lower grades of people such as the Chandalas or the fifth class of men who are considered untouchable, they also may be given some to us prasadam. After nice grasses have been given to the cows, the sacrifice known as Govardhana Puja may immediately begin. The sacrifice will very much satisfy me. So when everything was complete, Krishna assumed a great transcendental form and declared to the inhabitants of Vrindavana that he was himself Govardhana Hill. In order to convince the devotees that the Govardhana Hill and Krishna himself are identical, then Krishna began to eat all the food offered there. The identity of Krishna and Govardhana Hill is still honored, and great devotees take rocks from the Govardhana Hill and worship them exactly as they worship the deity of Krishna in the temples. The followers of Krishna consciousness movement may therefore collect small rocks or pebbles from Govardhana Hill and worship them at home, because this worship is as good as deity worship. The form of Krishna, who began to eat the offerings, was separately constituted, and Krishna himself, along with other inhabitants of Vrindavana, offered obeisances to the deity as well as Govardhana Hill. In offering obeisances to the huge form of Krishna and Govardhana Hill, Krishna declared, "Just see how Govardhana Hill has assumed this huge form and is favoring us by accepting all the offerings." Krishna also declared at that meeting, "One who neglects the worship of Govardhana Puja, as I am personally conducting it, will not be happy. There are many snakes on Govardhana Hill, and persons neglecting the prescribed duty of Govardhana Puja will be bitten by these snakes and killed. In order to assure the good fortune of the cows and themselves, all people of Vrindavana near Govardhana must worship the hill as prescribed by me." Thus, performing Govardhana Puja sacrifice, all the inhabitants of Vrindavana followed the instructions of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, and afterwards they returned to their respective homes. Okay, so there is again further pastime of Govardhana Hill. So, due to the Govardhana Puja, Krishna arranged. Later on, Indra got bit angry, and then he just downpour so much of rain. And then later on, Krishna lifted the Govardhana Hill and protected the Vrindavana people. And then later on, Indra realized, and then he came with the Surabhi cow and asking for forgiveness from Krishna, and then he worshipped Krishna. Okay, so that is the few pastimes of that Govardhana Puja or Annakota and Go Puja also. So during that time, Go Puja is also done. Okay, that is the one first event, and the another event is the Rasikananda's appearance day. So from the book by His Holiness Bhaktivikas Swami, some information about Rasikananda Prabhu. So one year during Lord Jagannatha's Radhayatra festival, Rasikananda Deva was preaching somewhere in the country, but when he realized that it was time for Radhayatra, he dropped everything and rushed like the wind in order to come to Nilachala in time for the festival. But in the meantime, the festival had already begun. Lord Jagannath, who felt reciprocal separation from his dear devotee, Rasikananda, caused the Rath to stop. Though the king summoned his elephants to push the Radha, under no circumstance could they budge it, not even an inch. Then Lord Jagannath, seeing that the king was becoming frustrated, informed him that he was waiting for his devotee Rasika. Finally, Rasikananda Deva arrived, carrying with him many offerings of silk clothes and other presents. He fell down to offer his dandavats before Lord Jagannatha, and the king requested him to pull the rope, at which the pot began to easily move along the road just as the clouds move in the sky. Accepting the order of his guru Sri Shyamananda on his head, Rasikananda preached the message of Sri Gaurasundar in the world of approximately 16 years. Thereafter, he entered into his eternal pastimes through the lotus feet of Gopinatha at Remuna. On the first day of bright fortnight in the month of Falguna, Shakabda 1574, and Rasikananda quietly slipped out of the village Santa without anyone's notice and walked to Remuna. Arriving there, he discussed Krishna Katha with the devotees there for a while and instructed everyone to serve Shri Krishna with devotion. Then, after requesting them to begin Sankirtana, he entered the temple of Shri Gopinatha, and after touching Kshirchora Gopinatha's lotus feet, which bestow complete fearlessness, he entered into their ultimate shelter. In the village of Rohini, the son of King Achyuta appeared as the sun appears in the eastern sky and became dearly beloved by the people. He was known as Ritskananda and also Murari. As he grew up, shining qualities appeared by the degrees in the person that caused the further exaltation of his family, just as the waxing moon gradually expands its influence in the night sky and causes the sea to rise. So this is again pastime of Ritskananda about his childhood pastimes that was also shared. Okay, so there it is in the group. So I'm not going through all of it. That is about Rasikananda's pastime. So another event is the Balidaityaraja Puja. So this is also Raksha Bandhan. So there is a little bit of pastime in the iskandezeti.com. So here, when Lord Vamanadeva was pleased with Bali Maharaja and appeared in Vishnu Rupa, Bali asked a boon that Lord Vishnu would be on every door at Pataraloka because in nether regions Bali wants his society. Lord Vishnu agrees and goes to become a Dwarpalaka of Bali. Narada tells Lakshmi where Lord Vishnu is. Lakshmi plays a trick on Bali. She goes to Bali as a poor woman seeking help. With her, she takes Raksha Bandhan. She says to Bali that she doesn't have a brother and would dearly like one. When the Raksha Bandhan is tied, the brother has to offer something. Bali asked Lakshmi what he can give her. Lakshmi replied that you have my everything in your presence. Please release Lord Vishnu. As Yama's sister is Yamuna and she fed Yamuna to his satisfaction, he said that from now on, any brother who visits the sister on Baiduj day will escape the hand of Yamaraja. The sister prays for her brother. Brother goes to sister's house, the very best of foods are cooked, and then the sister feeds brother. So there is another significance of to this day culturally. The last festival associated with Deepavali is Bhaya Dhuja, are popularly called Tikka in Punjab. In Vedic times, it was called Bhatri Dvitiya. 2 days after Deepavali, women and girls apply saffron and rice grains to the foreheads of their brothers to protect them from evil and to wish them long life and prosperity. The brothers in turn give the sisters presents. In Uttar Pradesh and Haryana, the tikka is usually paste of vermilion with rice grains in it. A red mark on the forehead is reminiscent of Shiva's third eye and is believed to keep the evil away and thus protect the wearer with constant wars in North India. The custom of applying a tilak to the forehead of men going to the war assumed an aided significance. Mothers, wives, and sisters applied tilak to the men to protect them from harm. Okay, so that is about the third event of the Bali Daityaraja Puja. Okay, that's all from the events perspective. We shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura. So about the taking the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he was mentioning, so by rendering devotional service to the Lord, gradually he would get knowledge and detachment, and then in such a way freed from the material entanglement. Savai nivritti dharmena vasudeva anukampaya bhagavad bhakti yogena tirodhatte saniriha. So after saying that, and he mentions, so far all our senses engaged in the materialistic activities, they got tired. And when he is engaging in the devotional service, all these senses will be completely relaxed. Just like when you feel so much of relaxed. In the similar way, all the senses will be completely relieved from the materialistic miseries. Likewise, he mentions to Vidura. And then Maitri Muni further he says that and just by hearing the Krishna Katha, one would free from all kinds of miseries. what to speak of a person who is engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Likewise, he is continuing. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 7 and verse number 14. Okay, I think some screen is bit different color today. Okay. अशेष संक्लेश समं विदत्ते गुणानुवाद श्रवणं मुरारेः किं वा पुनः सच्चरणारविन्द परागसेवा रतिरात्मलब्धम् अशेष संक्लेश समं विदत्ते. So many ashesha samklesha. Ashesha means unlimited. Unlimited sanklesha, miserable conditions. Samam vidhatte. Samam is the cessation. Vidhatte can perform. So they will be relieved. Shamam is also relievement. Samam vidhatte. By just what? Gunanuvada Shravana Murarehe. Gunanuvada of the transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes, entourage, and paraphernalia. Gunanuvadam Shravanam Murarehe. Hearing and chanting the glories of all of these activities of the Murare. Murare of Murare Shri Krishna. Kimva Punah Tacharanaravindha. And Kimva, and what to speak of Punaha again, Tacharanaravindha, his lotus feet, Tacharanaravindha, Paraga Seva Ratiratmalabdha. So Paraga Seva is the service of the flavorful dust. Paraga Seva Ratiratmalabdha, attraction, Atmalabdha. Those who have gained such self-achievement by taking the devotional service of the Lord. Service. They said direct service. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni saying, Ashesha Samklesha Samam Visatte Gunanuvada Shravana Murarehe Kim Va Punah Tacharanaravindha Paraga Seva Retratmalabdham. The translation. Simply by chanting and hearing of the transcendental name, form, etc. of the personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, one can achieve the cessation of unlimited miserable conditions. Therefore, what to speak of those who have attained attraction for serving the flavor of the dust of the lotus feet? Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request, we got Sham Prabhuji here. Can we request Sham Prabhuji to take a turn to read the purport if you are okay? If Prabhuji is not immediately available, can I request Usha Mataji to read?
No. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Two different methods for controlling the material senses are recommended in the Vedic scriptural wisdom. One of them is the process of jnana of the path of philosophical understanding of the Supreme Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. The other is that the direct engagement is the transcendental loving devotional service of the Lord. Of these two most popular methods, the path of devotional service is recommended here as the best because one of the path of devotional service does not have to wait for the attainment of the fruitive result of pious activities or for the result of knowledge. The two stages of executing devotional service are first the stage of practicing devotional service with our present sense under the regulation of the recognized scriptures, and second, attaining sincere attachment for serving the particles of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. The first stage is called sadhana bhakti or devotional service for the neophyte, which is rendered under the direction of a pure devotee, and the second stage is called raga bhakti, in which the mature devotee automatically takes to the various service of the Lord out of sincere attachment. The great sage Maitreya now gives the final answer to all the questions of Vidura. Devotional service to the Lord is the ultimate means to mitigate all the miserable conditions of material existence. The path of knowledge or that of mystic gymnastics may be adopted as a means of for the purpose, but unless mixed with bhakti or devotional service, they are unable to avoid the desired result. By practicing sadhana bhakti, one may gradually rise to the point of raga bhakti, and by performing raga bhakti is loving transcendental service. One can even control the supreme powerful Lord. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is describing the two different methods for controlling the material senses are recommended in the Vedic scripture with Vedic scriptural wisdom. So one of them is the process of jnana, the path of philosophical understanding of Supreme or Brahman, Paramatma and the Bhagavan. Other one is the direct engagement in the transcendental loving devotional service of the Lord. Of both of these methods, path of devotional service is recommended here as the best because one path is devotional service does not have to wait for the attainment of fruitive results of pious activities or for the results of the knowledge. So when we have got a knowledge how to eat, then only we eat it. Until that point, we don't eat it. We don't know whether it is the fruit is sweet or bitter or something. But when someone says just eat it, it is so nice, then immediately we take it and then eat it. We do not try to gain the knowledge by reading some scriptures about a fruit. So likewise, the devotional service is like that. First of all, simply direct engagement in the devotional service, it will give the benefits. While eating it, the knowledge is automatically gained. Knowledge is automatically gained. That's why Krishna gives yoginam api sarvesha madghate nantratmana shraddhavan bhajte yomam samayukta tamo mataha. He is the topmost. He is already on the path, direct devotional service. So this is again when Krishna, Kapil Bhagwan described about the two paths. One is Bhakti Yogasha Maya Manavi. Uh, so I have Bhakti Yogasha. Then he speaks about the two different paths. Of course, both paths they are meditating on the Lord itself. One path is yoga, is sage going to the secluded place where first of all he purifying all his senses, then meditate on the beautiful form of the Lord and gradually attain the perfection, going back to the Godhead. That is one path. And another part is the one a devotee who engages in the devotional service, going to the temple, मद्दर्शन्य दर्शन स्पर्श पूज्य स्तुति अभिवंदनैः भूतेषु मद्भावनैः सत्त्वेन असंगमेन च. Going to the temple, associate with the devotees, detach from the non-devotees, and then worship the Lord, and then taking part in the devotional service activities. In such a way, he would also relieve from all kinds of material miseries. He will attain the perfection and enter into the kingdom of God. These are the two paths. So the two stages of executing devotional service are the first stage of practicing devotional service with our present senses under the regulations of the recognized scriptures, and second is attaining sincere attachment for serving the particles of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. So one has to go through the regulative principles which are mentioned in the scriptures to control our senses, just like fasting on Ekadashi's day and Sri Krishna Janmashtami, Ram Navami, and spiritual masters' appearance days like that. Okay, that is described here. And then the first stage is called the sadhana bhakti or the devotional service for the neophyte. So in the first stage, so he also starts doing all these devotional activities, but pure devotee also does the same thing, but the consciousnesses are in different level. Here, neophyte may be doing the same chanting and following regulative principles, but that is in the form of the sadhana. But Raghanuga Bhakti is the further level, where pure devotees also do the same thing. But in the consciousness, they will be done automatically. Okay, that is the Raga Bhakti. So in which mature devotees automatically takes to the various services of the Lord out of sincere attachment. Sincere attachment. And the great sage Maitreya now gives the final answer to all questions of Vidura. Devotional service to the Lord is the ultimate means to mitigate all the miserable conditions of the material existence. Okay, so this is the ultimate point. Even Maitreya Muni confirms. Kimba punah tacharana arvinda paraga seva ritratma labdha. This is called paraga seva. And this direct devotional service to the Lord directly, it is not given to the everyone. So he may give the um, liberation, but not the devotional service. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Rishabhadev, whenever Rishabhadev was speaking to all of his children, at the time Sukadeva Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj, saying that the Lord may give liberation easily, but he does not give uh, bhakti directly. So muktin dhadati karhijit sma na bhakti yogam राजन पतिर्गुरुम अलम भगवता भवताम यदूनाम दैवम प्रिय कुलपति क्वच किंकरो वह अस्त्वेवम अंग भगवान भजताम मुकुंदो मुक्तिं ददाति करिचित स्म न भक्ति योगम मुक्तिं ददाति करिचित स्म न भक्ति योगम. He would give liberation very easily, but not the direct devotional service to the Lord. It is not available for everyone. So devotional service to the Lord, it is most important than the liberation. So the path of because by that Lord also will be controlled. So that is the more beyond the liberation. So the path of knowledge or that of mystic gymnastics may be adopted as a means for the purpose. But unless mixed with bhakti or devotional service, they are unable to award the desired result. So this is one must be this tapasvino dana parayasvino manasvino mantrividah sumangalaha kshemam na vindanti vina yadarpanam tasmai subhadrasravase namo namaha. Sukadeva Goswami's prayers to the Lord. Unless one is offering everything to the Supreme Lord in the form of devotion, kshemam na vindanti, there is no auspiciousness for them. Either tapasvino dana para yasasvino. So for all of this, it must be mixed with the bhakti or devotional service. Okay, and by practicing sadhana bhakti, one may gradually rise to the point of raga bhakti, and by performing raga bhakti in due loving transcendent service, one can even control the supreme powerful Lord. This way, if we see so many of our pastimes, Krishna and his devotees, the devotee demands one thing, and Lord cannot deny that. And he would come, even though he is a deity. If the devotee wants him to walk, he will walk. This is just like one of the examples of Sakshi Gopal. So that is how a Lord is controlled. Okay, so here Maitreya Muni is mentioning Ashesh Samklesh Samam Vithatte Gunanuvada Shravana Murarehe Kimva Punasa Charanaravinda Paraga Seva Retratma Labdha. What to speak of the glories who is engaged directly in the service of the Lord. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying to Vidura, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we are at 7 o'clock. This time for Damodarastakam by Sham Prabhuji. And dear devotees, if
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, and if anyone is offering ghee lamp offering, kindly turn up the videos. Prabhuji, when you're ready, kindly start the kirtan.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. So just offer over here, Prabhuji. That's
Yes,
it, right?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Namamishwaram Sachitanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram Sachitanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabiyulokaladavamanam Paramrustamachantato drutya gopya Rudantam muhunitram yugmam rujantam Karamboja yugmena satankanitram Muhu swasakam patrirekam Sita graivam damodaram bhaktibadam Iti drikswalila ananda kunde Swagosham nimajjantam akyapayantam Tadeye shitagneshu bhaktai Puna prematastam satariti vande Varam deva moksham na moksham vadim va न चैन्यं वृणीहां वा रशदपिहा इदं ते वपुर्नाथा गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनश्शावेरसं किमन्ये इदं ते मुकाम्बोजम् अचन्तनीलय ऋतं कुण्ठालैः स्निग्धा रक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बारक्तादरमे मनःशावीरस्तमालं लक्षलाभै नमो देवा दामोदर विष्णु प्रसीदा प्रभो दुःखजालब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्याति दिनं बतानु गृहाणि श्यामम् अग्नम् ईदृक्षदृश्या कुबेरात्माजौ बद्धमृचैव याद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्ति स्वकमे प्रयाच न मोक्षे ग्रहोऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुदामे स्फुरदीप्तिदामे त्वदीयोदरायात विश्वस्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाये नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्री राधे दामोदर यशोदा माता की जय दामोदर भगवान की जय Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So beautiful, Prabhuji. Would you like to read that translation as well,
Yeah.
Prabhuji?
Definitely, Prabhuji. Thank you. Translation: To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose sharp-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who's beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he's crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the pearls of necklace around his neck which is marked with three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with the ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in a pool of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisance to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kind of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Balagopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon beside this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus feet be ever be manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances to you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form, as a baby tied with a rope to the wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this, and I have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisance to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So beautifully sung and very nicely read. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Dana Sreshta Mataji, Jayaved Mataji, and Shyam Prabhuji for kindly showing the lamp offerings to the Lord. Okay, so beautiful and divine. Early morning with little bit of sacrifice. When you do it, it gives so much of bliss and happiness. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me this service.
Okay, so that is from Damodarastakam. We shall move into our daily Srila Prabhupada's letter. Prabhuji, would you be kind enough to read this letter, Prabhuji?
Yeah, sure.
Today, letter to Naina Abhirama, December 1st, 1970, Bombay.
Sure, Prabhuji. My dear Nayana Birama, please accept my blessings. I'm in due receipt of your letter dated 21st November 1970 and have noted the contents carefully. Yes, I'm so glad to learn that you're distributing our books in colleges and schools so nicely. Actually, this Krishna conscious movement is a novel proposition to the world. The world is suffering on account of atheistic conviction of life. So our theistic proposition presenting Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is certainly a great relief to the agnostic, atheistic, impersonalists, and voidists. In all our books, we have very scientifically covered all such demons. And if these books are introduced in colleges and schools and colleges, so many beautiful souls will be saved. You're doing a great service to humanity to introduce our books to the people in general. So far as preaching through television, the mantras of Ishopanishad is concerned, that will be a great success to do so. So far as moving the temple to a new location, that is very good news. When I return to your country, I must visit your temple either from New York or from New Vrindavan. Formerly, when I first came to the US, I saw this Philadelphia city. It's a nice small city, almost representing New York. In the Philadelphia University, there's one professor of Sanskrit. His first name is Norman, and the last name is, I believe, Brown. Dr. Norman Brown. He invited me to speak in his class, so we are acquainted. If possible, try to introduce our books there. This university is in the Walnut district. If you can keep cows, it is very good. You will get fresh milk. That is a great benefit. To take care of the cow is a religious function for the Hindus, but actually, if care is taken for the cows, it delivers us the miracle food, cow's milk, which is so valuable. And because we drink cow's milk, we should accept the cow as a mother. This is etiquette. Someday, when the opportunity comes for filmmaking, you can do so. If you can make bona fide films, it is welcome. Then I can help you by directing. So far as exporting films, that is not possible. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Your well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Any points, Prabhuji, you wanted, it struck your mind to highlight?
Yes, Prabhuji. Given the scenario right now, we are living in a world with of wars going on in parallel, and people are being misguided. We're living in a world of guided missiles and misguided people, as they say. So at this time where people are misunderstanding religion and people are looking for answers, everybody is looking for answers because everyone is confused in this world. They're looking for answers, where to go and where to get the right knowledge. So Krishna consciousness is that place. Our books, Prabhupada's books are the place for everybody to just go and understand things from a scientific point of view as well. Because a lot of people think that I believe in science and I don't believe in religion. But this is the most scientific religion that we are following. Rajavidya Rajaguhya Pavitram Idamuttamam. And Krishna himself says this is the most scientific religion that I'm offering. So by reading Krishna Prabhupada's books, people will be enlightened and they will be saved from because of so much of confusion that's going on in the world. They will be relieved of all the confusion if they come to Krishna consciousness and read Prabhupada's books and also understand the importance of cows and why we give so much of importance to the cows. I had somebody, a small boy, coming with the parents last Sunday, and the parents were telling me that, can you please explain to my child about cows because a lot of their friends eat beef. And so they're confused and asking questions. So they want to know, how important it is. So I told, out of all the seven mothers, cow is considered as one of the mother. And when you drink cow's milk, how can you go and kill the cow? And also how important not killing the cow, and because they think that it is something which is very natural for human beings to eat cows. And I said that is not true. And how important they are to the society. And even when Krishna was there, he was taking care of the cows. And so as followers of Krishna consciousness, we should be doing the same. And the cow goes through excruciating pain if they're being killed because they have a highest nervous system which is close to the human beings. And killing a cow which is so dear to the human beings who has the same emotions, it's the most grievous sin that you can commit by killing a cow. So I had to just tell them a bit of educating about cows so that the children, because sometimes parents can't explain to the children when they come to the temple, we explain to them so that they can understand that we are doing the right thing and their friends who are eating beef, they're not doing the right thing and they're committing a lot of sin. So, and also we can understand from this letter how Prabhupada is so nicely reciprocating to the devotees' love by just giving them advice and giving them the right direction and encouraging them. And as devotees, we should just take it that as Vani, these messages are relevant to us also, that as we do service, that this is how Prabhupada is encouraging us to serve the community and go and distribute books and also help, passing on this knowledge to the world. Thank you, Prabhuji. Sorry, this.
Prabhuji, but you did very nicely highlighted those points. It is, yes, essential as well. Yeah, it is. We understand that it is sinful and we follow those rules, but at the same time, we should not be satisfied just for only with ourselves being followed, but we need to educate the people as well. Yeah, that is essential, so that then only we can reduce. But it starts with ourselves, but we do not stop there. We just continually spread the knowledge. So through the books, as Prabhupada mentioning, distribute the book, introduce the books in schools, colleges. So many beautiful souls will be saved. But people are covered with ignorance at the moment.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Any other points, dear devotees? Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. we have got Kirtan evening. Okay, that is our upcoming event, and tomorrow again Krishna book. Okay, these are our upcoming events. Dear devotees, if you got any other updates or from any temple updates like that events you wanted to share, kindly share. Okay, if there
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
according to the ISKCON calendar, Bhai Dooj is showing tomorrow. So is it today or tomorrow, Bhai Dooj?
So that one, it is a Bali Daitya Raja Puja is today, Mataji.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, and you mentioned about Raksha Bandhan, which Ma Lakshmi, I mean, did with, yeah, that's another pastime. But later
Bhai Dooj is tomorrow.
Bhai Dooj is tomorrow, right? Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bhai Dooj is tomorrow. I think today this Bali Daitya Raja Puja where Lakshmi Devi went to Bali. That is mentioned here in the calendar. So on that event,
Oh, okay, because you mentioned about the Bhai Dooj in different parts of India. I thought it's today because today is according to ISKCON calendar Govardhan Puja, and next day is Bhai Dooj, so it's like
yes,
tomorrow.
yes,
Okay, yeah, okay. And this year, anyway, it's like 1 day extra. So during Dashera also and Diwali, India they are celebrating 1 day before, and here it's maybe because of the Tithi, the Muhurta. Yeah. Hare
yes.
Krishna. Thank you, Shyam Prabhu, for coming and singing Damodar Ashtakam. It's so nice to have your association early in the morning, and hope you'll be doing some nice Go Seva today for the Govardhan Puja.
Yes, thank you, Sanchitaji. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We got a morning program. We are going for Goshala, and afternoon I'll be in the Ten Kirtan. So that's our program for today. So looking forward to spending the whole day in the manner. Thank you, Sanchitaji. Always a joy to be having your association.
Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you, Mataji. Okay,
Thank
so that is from the updates point of view. Okay, again, the temple updates are 7. Okay, it's already some past, and then Darshan and the festival class, Govardhan Puja, Go Puja, Goshal. Okay, that's all from events perspective. And if you're all happy, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Shall conclude. Vanchakalpatarubhyashta
Prabhasya
kripasinduभ्यैव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
की
अनंतकोटिवक्त्रवृत्ति
जय
जय
शिल प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai.
Hare Krishna conscious day, everyone.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Happy New Year to everybody.
Krishna.